What if the best move in chess is to not capture? In this video, your favorite chess pieces come to life with funny, dramatic dialogue, while simultaneously walking you through a brilliant tactical sequence. From a sneaky bishop check to one of the most satisfying en passant checkmates you'll ever see, this puzzle blends comedy plus deep chess strategy in a way that's both entertaining and instructive. Welcome to Capture, Hard Pass, a hilarious and mind-bending animated chess puzzle that proves sometimes patience beats greed.
Alright team, I'm feeling diagonal and dangerous today.
Ooh, are we finally doing something cool? I've been stuck here forever.
Please don't mess this up. I have a reputation to maintain.
Why do I hear boss music?
Cause I'm about to enter center stage, darling. Bishop to e4 with check. Front row seats to your downfall, your majesty.
Personal space. Does no one respect royal boundaries anymore?
Relax, my king. I shall block this overly dramatic spotlight hog, and maybe poke him while I'm at it. Boom. Pawn to f5. Check blocked, bishop threatened, 2-for-1 deal.
Oh no, I'm being attacked. Whatever shall I do?
Pissed. Hey bishop, remember that special move we talked about?
Ah yes, the one that makes absolutely no sense to beginners.
Why are they whispering? I don't like whispering. Whispering leads to tactics.
This is my moment. I've trained my whole life for this oddly specific rule.
You? What are you gonna do? Walk forward politely?
Nope, I'm about to break the laws of logic.
Wait, that's illegal. That's not how.
Enpassant, baby. Pawn to f6, capturing like you never even stopped there.
Discovered check. Surprise. It's me again, still fabulous, still threatening.
No squares, no escape, no HR department to file a complaint.
I didn't even have to move. I love efficient teamwork.
Checkmate. From background extra to main character.
I have been defeated by a technicality.
Not a technicality, it's called style.
Yeah, your majesty, next time. Read the rulebook.
Today we're diving into a clever little tactic from chess.com titled Capture, Hard Pass, published on April 7, 2026. This puzzle is a beautiful illustration of restraint in chess. Sometimes the most tempting capture is not the right move, and instead a quieter or more precise idea leads to a decisive finish. As we walk through this position together, I want you to think not just about forcing moves, but also about how geometry, coordination, and timing come together. White to move here has a remarkable way to conclude the game, but only if they resist the urge to grab material prematurely. Let's break it down carefully and understand why this is such a rich instructional example. We begin with White's first move. The bishop moves from b7 to e4 with check, marked as. This is a highly instructive move because it immediately shifts the focus from material concerns to king's safety. The bishop now cuts along the diagonal toward h7, directly targeting the black king and forcing a response. Notice how this move also introduces a new attacking angle. White is not capturing anything yet, even though there may be tempting options elsewhere. This aligns perfectly with the puzzle's theme, capture, hard pass, as the correct approach is to increase pressure rather than simplify. The bishop on e4 becomes a central attacking piece, coordinating with the pawn on e5 and the rook on c8. Importantly, this check limits black's defensive choices and begins to funnel the king into a vulnerable net. It's also worth observing that the bishop move creates latent tactical ideas involving discovered checks, which will become crucial in the next move. Black's response is forced. The pawn moves from f7 to f5, shown as. This move blocks the check and simultaneously attacks the bishop on e4, seemingly gaining time. At first glance, it might look like black is stabilizing after all. The bishop is now under attack, and several white pieces appear to be hanging. In fact, if you are playing quickly, you might feel compelled to save the bishop or capture something immediately. But this is exactly where many players go wrong. Black's move actually creates a critical vulnerability. The pawn has just advanced 2 squares, and in doing so, it opens the door for a very specific tactical resource. Additionally, By moving the pawn from f7, Black has weakened the king's defensive structure and opened lines that White can exploit. The position now contains multiple hanging elements, but none of them matter if White can deliver checkmate immediately, which, as it turns out, is exactly the case. Now comes the stunning finish. The pawn from e5 captures on f6 and passant, delivering checkmate indicated by. Let's slow down and really appreciate this move. The pawn moves from e5 to f6, capturing the pawn that just advanced from f7 to f5, as if it had only moved one square. This is the special enpassant rule, and here it becomes the centerpiece of the entire combination. But more importantly, this move unleashes a discovered check from the bishop on e4 toward the king on h7. The pawn itself also contributes to the mating net by controlling key escape squares. The black king has no legal moves. Every square is either attacked or occupied, and there are no pieces that can interpose or capture to save the situation. This is a textbook example of how a discovered check can be combined with a special rule like enpassant to produce a forced mate. So what's the key takeaway from this puzzle? It's the discipline to avoid automatic captures and instead look for forcing sequences that maximize piece activity. The title, Capture? Hard pass, is perfectly embodied in the first move, where White ignores immediate material gains and instead plays a move that increases pressure and sets up a tactical motif. The final move, the enpassant capture, is not just a rule-based curiosity. It's a decisive tactical weapon when used correctly. As intermediate and advanced players, you should always be alert to these hidden resources, especially when your opponent makes a pawn move that changes the structure dramatically. This puzzle reinforces the importance of calculation, pattern recognition, and understanding how pieces coordinate in dynamic positions. Keep training your eye to spot these opportunities, and you'll find that even unusual moves like enpassant can become powerful tools in your arsenal.
Did you spot the checkmate before the pieces started arguing? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this mix of funny chess animation plus real strategy, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with a friend who still thinks enpassant is optional. Check out our playlist for more animated chess puzzles, tactical ideas, and entertaining breakdowns. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.